the power of religious culture. In terms of homosexuality, the thing with religious culture is in the past they pretty much ran society. So anybody who was kind of a homosexual was kind of dealt with in one way or another. So that's the power of a culture. It runs society, and depending on how much power they have, they can actually do rules. So in the past, it was a religious culture that run much society in a sense. But today, it's the liberal who runs the world, the culture in the West, at least the Western world. I mean, they probably run it other ways around the world too. But that's the interesting thing, as despite the conservatives, which is really based on religious values of context. I mean, they are not interested in homosexual culture or stuff like that, because to them it's uncomfortable. So in comparison, you have liberal homosexuals, which is about promoting it like a virtue. So they are more pro sodomy and gangbanging in a sense. That's their value. That's their culture. And then you have conservatives, which is think this is uncomfortable and they don't want anything to do with this. So they are in opposition to that. But what I found interesting is, despite how much power the gay lobby has in the Western world, there are still people who are in opposition to that, and that's what I found interesting, because they find it uncomfortable and disgusting. So yeah, that's really the thing. As homophobia and homosexuality is both natural. It's a part of nature. You can find in nature actually, both of them. I mean, I can prove it. I mean, let me think here. There probably is some idea of weak predators who kind of get shunned if they don't need that person. So yeah, that's kind of a link to, weaklings aren't welcome. So homophobia, basically. But yeah, if I'm gonna use that logic at least, but I guess it's stupid to use logic on animals versus humans, because there's lots of stuff animals do that is not really okay with humans, because I think humans rely on philosophy and not really instincts. I mean, unless you are Neanderthal and you live in the Stone Ages, but the point is, you have the thing is with values, they are dictated by time. So let's say 50 years ago, other values was normal. So you can ask yourself, what's gonna be normal in 50 years from now on? And that's the important question. Because a generation dictates what values one should have. So if homosexuality is normalized, then it's okay. But if people are sick of it, then it's not going to be okay. So that's really what the values dictates. But what I found interesting is, despite that, that is mainly the liberals who run the world now. It's not religion or anything like in the past. So judging by that, they are going to be pro-tolerance, and they're going to be tolerating lots of stuff. So conservatives are a small minority really in society because of that power structure. So it's really that power that kind of dictates the society. So that's what I found interesting in terms of values. So it's really whoever is in charge of power, kind of like in ancient Rome or in ancient Greece, where it was also okay with being a homosexual. I mean, they were also a man-run society, so it probably was shameful in some ways too. Even back then, I mean, even Vikings thought homosexuality was shameful, or at least being a bottom. I mean, you could do it if you were on top, I guess, but yeah, that's the thing. Whoever runs society basically dictates what is okay or not. So that's what I find interesting. I just want to make a quick video on that one. Thank you for listening, and bye.